And you hate your mother, and she never even put you outside.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really hate her. We just don't really get along.
Yeah.
Yeah, we try to talk and have like conversations, but they never go well. They just don't.
I thought it was better though.
Yeah, they got a little better, and then
now it's not.
she was here a little bit ago, and we tried to have a conversation, just her and I, and it never.
Like about
goes
what?
well.
How did that go?
She was just asking
You know
me-
I'm 100% on her side.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. She was just asking me about like lifestyle. I was telling her about the show I'm doing on Saturdays, and
Even she knows that's a bad idea.
No, she thinks it's a good idea, but she's old. She's very old school. She had a very hard life growing up,
Yeah.
so she doesn't really have time for anything.
Emotions.
Yeah, pretty much, and
Toughen up.
yeah, a little bit. And then she was like, the conversation ended when she looked at me and she said, "You have no idea how hard it is not to judge you." And I was like, okay,
That's weird. That's a weird thing to say to your kid.
yeah. So
The older I get, the more amazed I am at how good of a relationship I have with my parents. Yeah. I mean,
grateful,
really,
yeah.
I didn't know that everybody wasn't like, because like people, I remember like kids growing up, kids would be like, "Oh, my parents said this and I can't do this," whatever. And I was like, my parents are great. Like, we have everything we want and they're super cool.
But is that why they were great? No.
No. But also,
Right.
my parents would be like, "Hey, if you're going to be out late, just call us. Whatever. If people are drinking, we'll come."
I
and get
think
you,
your
you know."
brothers may have a different opinion. I mean, I think they probably think your parents
Right.
are great and all that, but you being the fourth brother,
Yeah.
they probably went
youngest.
through so much. They were
been
like,
to the
They had it all down.
Yeah.
It was easy.
it was easy for you. Where your older brother's probably like, oh, it wasn't so easy for us.
I go out of my way to be cool to my kids because of the way I grew up. I don't want them to be like that. Have that
Resent you?
relationship at all. No.
See, I don't. It's weird because my dad and I are really tight now, but we weren't when I was a kid. So I don't have anything to go on other
Yeah.
than TV dad. You know what I mean? So I think I'm a good dad. My kid and I have a really good relationship. So I think it's going okay.
Yeah.
It's funny. My son growing up, I would do this a lot, and it was, he'd never really gotten very much trouble with anything that would happen. I'd go, "I get it. I was a 10-year-old boy." You know what I mean? I know exactly what. I just don't do it. I would always just talk to him like he was an adult.
That's kind of what I did too, and I think that and not necessarily like an adult, but don't treat kids like
Right.
they're
Little
like they're
babies.
little babies, and then they'll be honest with you, and they'll have
Yeah.
you could say like I've been there, I know what you're talking about.
A lot of times, if my kids did something wrong, I would say, "If you want to act like a kid, I'm going to treat you like a kid," and that's why this is not going to happen.
Sleep on the porch.
But then they would, that would usually work where they want to be treated like teenagers or young adults, and then that kind of usually worked for them.
I think the best thing my kids had going for them is that I had nothing when I was a kid, so now I'm going to overcompensate for them.
Yeah.
and they're making out like bandits.
Yeah.
Just clean up after yourself.
What's that?
My kids just clean up after yourself. I go, you put the dish in there, just get rid of it.
No, they're the worst. But also I can't get too mad at them because I'm also a slob.
Oh yeah, I'm the same way.
Yeah, like Juliana walked out of a room and I go, "Take your iPad with you," and she goes, "Why?" I go, "Why? I don't know. Why leave it in the kitchen? Take it in your bedroom." It was just like very annoying. But then I thought about it. I'm like, I don't care if it's in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Why am I making a big difference?
And
I feel like
but
I'm
also,
just-
you're the example. You do stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
No,
they're
of
going to
course.
do it like that.
By the way, Tim's listening. He just wrote, "No, they're perfect."
Yeah.
tip number 3.
Number 2.
Number 2.
Yeah.
Okay.